Hello y'all, set to achieve. Good morning, and thank you for watching. Please, if you're new, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Share this video, like the video. That helps the algorithm, and also leave your comments. Okay. So the topic of today is this happens when you fear being alone. Okay, and especially for women. So this happens when women especially start fearing being alone. And what happens is this, and this is tied in with narcissistic abuse. If you're new to my channel, you know that this has been my my theme, narcissistic abuse. And I do offer one-on-one coaching on my website, nonyeadeyemo.com. I'll leave it the link in the description. Okay, so if you are someone that a woman that is afraid of being alone because of maybe some childhood issues that you've had. Maybe you have been neglected in some way, or you have abandonment issues and stuff. So that makes you codependent, okay? And when you're someone that is codependent, you become a very direct target for a narcissist, okay? I like to say that narcissistic abuse is more than just a psychological issue. And we know that when it comes to the narcissistic traits, a lot of people have it, and there's a whole large, the spectrum is really large. You know, some are a little bit less, some are a little bit more. But when we're talking about NPD, we're talking about all the 9 traits, with the selfishness, lack of compassion, empathy for others, pride, lack of accountability, and it goes on and on, okay? And these people are basically completely dead in their conscience. Like they just do whatever it is that they can to get that supply, and they need that validation. So so we're talking about a narcissist. Narcissists view people that are that fear being alone. They actually leech onto them. Because narcissists are also codependent, even though they mask that with the, the alter ego, they mask it with, that reputation, that image, is to cover it up, but they are very codependent. And most narcissists are codependent on their mates or their empath. So if you're a woman that maybe your father left when you were younger, maybe, whatever the issue, even if you were, you came from a home that was together, for whatever reason, maybe when you started dating, boyfriends left you, they promised you, some even left at the altar, whatever the case may be, you have trauma, okay? And because of this trauma, you are seeking validation, and you are seeking comfort and solace from another human being. That's where you miss it, okay? Narcissists are people that target people like this, people that have weaknesses, especially when it comes to Christians, okay? With Christianity, because I am a 20-year sufferer of narcissistic abuse, escaped a year ago now, yeah. And one of the things that was kind of, keeping me bound to the narcissist was fear of being alone, being left alone with my children. I have 3 teenagers. Fear of not being able to support my household financially. It was a gripping fear. So I took the abuse for all those years because of the fear, But we know that the Lord Jesus Christ has not given us the spirit of fear, but of love, of power, and of a sound mind. So when narcissists start seeing that you are taking back your power, you're beginning to do more things for yourself, you're beginning to be more so that you can be able to support yourself, they become fearful. One of the things that I noticed with my narcissist ex was that, whenever they, you know, like, it's like you would pray, you know, that this person, you know, as your partner, even though they were narcissists, I didn't know that he was a narcissist, but I just knew that there was some really odd and strange and very, 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 I would say dangerous, you know, behavior with the raging from nowhere, and especially with children. You know, I knew that this person was not really someone that was reliable, you know. It was someone that their fuse was loose, you know. But I still stayed because, you know, after all, he was the father of my children. After all, he was my husband. You know, after all, you know, I wanted to keep up that look, you know what I'm saying? So that's what a lot of women, men too, do. They want to keep up the look, you know. And at the bottom of the whole thing is that they're fearful of being left alone. They don't want to be left alone with the children. They don't want to be, have to, you know, be solely responsible. So they will hold on to a situation that is not working out for them. They will hold on to a cheater. They will hold on to an abuser. They will hold on to, you know, someone that is devaluing them, you know, telling them all kinds of things, telling them that they have body odor, telling them that they're not beautiful, telling them that they're not, just all kinds of things to, you know, make, especially a woman, just make her feel like not even getting out of bed. You know, and it's very jarring, but these are the things that keep, especially women, with a narcissist. Now, it goes even deeper when you're dealing with a Christian, because it's all about image. For a lot of Christians, you know, behind closed doors, it's all about image. I remember the church I used to go to, the pastor was a female. She was a prophetess. And she was saying that when she was growing up, there used to be a couple that she used to admire so much. They would come to the church, they would wear the same uniform, the same outfits, you know, and all that kind of stuff. And that was back in Africa. And she would admire them, and she would say, like, oh my gosh, like, when I ever get married, I want my relationship to be just like this person's, you know. It's because you are viewing their situation from the outside. You are seeing the image and a narrative that they are trying to propel. They want people to see them as a lovely couple. They want people to see them as a Christian couple, right? You know, so at the end of the day, you find out, you know, at the end of the day, they ended up getting divorced, and she was shattered. She was like, oh my gosh, I wish upon myself, you know, I would pray that when I got married to a man, that he would treat me just like he treated you. And when she finally got to a place where she could actually speak one-on-one to the man, you know, the ex-husband, I mean, the actual man in the relationship that separated, she was like, what went wrong? You guys were so perfect. And he was like, that was an image. We were putting up an image for you guys. That marriage was cursed. And she was like, wow. And there was I praying and having prayer points that my marriage would be just like you. You know, so never, ever, ever, I don't care how beautiful they look in the mall holding hands with their baby or whatever. I don't care how beautiful they look, okay? You don't know anything about anybody's relationship if you're not behind closed doors with them, okay? A lot of people are suffering behind closed doors, okay? So I digress. A lot of women, because of the image, and that's one of the things, because of the image that they want to put out, you know, as a perfect couple, you know, do no wrong, you know, whatever the case may be, especially in the church, you know, because with the church, you know, preaching about the love of Christ, forgiveness, that is a breeding ground for narcissists, because they know that, you know, that the mindset of people is forgiveness and letting go. And I'm a strong believer in forgiveness, because if you're not dealing in forgiveness, you know, then you are more of a, if you're someone that is holding on to unforgiveness, you're someone that will end up being, you know, a vessel controlled by demons. And that's exactly what the narcissist is, a vessel that is full of demons. Okay, They're full of demons. They're hearing all kind of thoughts, you know, that are not pure, sexual thoughts, just evil thoughts, you know, thoughts to harm people, you know, thoughts to break the law. They're hearing all these thoughts, and the only thing that keeps one narcissist from the other narcissist, that keeps them from actually doing those things, is fear of retribution, fear of the punishment that will come from them being caught. Otherwise, they're going to do it, right? Because they don't have a fear of God. They only have a fear of punishment, being jailed, being exposed, those kind of things, okay? So when women are attached to people like this, and that are taking advantage of your love, of your kindness, and they really just see you as a thing to use. When they say somebody's seeing somebody as supply, you're supplying some kind of need. You're giving them validation, okay? You're making them feel useful. You're making them feel needed, you know, even though they're oppressing you, you know. And the more and more you stay with these people, the more codependent you get. The more you might, maybe if you were working, if you were a career woman, you stop working, you know. That's why I strongly encourage women, especially, to make sure that you have a skill that is bringing you money. I don't care if it's hair braiding. I don't care if it's nails. I don't care if it's lashes. I don't care if it's whatever. If you're a career, maybe you're you know, more in the professional, whatever. But entrepreneur, you know how to run an online business, or you do delivery, that is bringing you consistent money, so that when the ball drops, you can take your kids and go, and still be able to afford an apartment or mortgage, or be able to take care of yourself. That is key, you know, because a lot of women stay because they're fearful of being alone. Most importantly, more than the image, is finances. Narcissists are financially abusive. And it's even worse if they're like the breadwinner of the family. You know, they will make you feel like absolute trash. You know? So it's very key. I mean, it's like a matter of life and death. You know, women staying in those relationships because they need somebody to pay the bills. You know, so you're living in a mansion with somebody, you know, and I've spoken to women that actually live in a big house. You know, there's cable, so there's all the quote unquote comforts of life, and you're suffering, and you've lost your identity. You've lost your sense of self. You can't make any, you can't give any clear, make any clear decisions anymore. That's what they want. So they can continue to prey on you and feel good about themselves because they have somebody underneath them. Narcissists do not see their partner, husband or wife, as a partner. They view you as supply, as a slave, someone to serve their needs, cook for them, give them their kids. You know, all that kind of, these people are not worthy to be in any kind of relationship. They need to be in a psych ward. They need to be confined to a church or something for deliverance. The last thing that they need is to be somebody's parent, because they're going to destroy those children. The last thing that these people need, they need some serious therapy and exorcism, because they're completely riddled with demons. Demons from their past, you know, and a lot of the narcissists became narcissists because they were hurt and wounded as children. But don't feel sorry for them, right? Because a lot of us were wounded too. A lot of us empaths that are empathetic towards others, we were wounded too. But we saw that as a way or as a tool to use to help others to avoid, you know, the same situation that we were in, to lift other people up. We didn't use it to tear people down, but they chose the dark side. They chose demons. They chose the devil. That's why they're completely controlled, because they give themselves up for the devil, because they feel as if, well, if God was not strong enough or caring enough to keep me from this situation that I was in, why should I serve him? So at the core, narcissists are atheists. I don't care if they are the pastor. They only preach, right? But they don't do any of the things that they preach. Okay? At the core, narcissists are atheists. They don't believe in God, because there is no way you can believe and trust in God and fear God and continue to do those things that they do. No way. At the core, they're atheists. They don't fear God. Because there's no way you can have the love of God in your heart and see people as supply. No way. It's not possible. Because God is love. Okay? So, because they have all these wounds that they fail to address, they have the unforgiveness they fail to deal with, they go on through life under a mask to mask up their fear of rejection, their fear of exposure, their fear of shame, okay? Their fear of being held accountable. So they're always looking for ways to gaslight and to avoid accountability. And they will be held accountable in the end because they will be judged by God. There's no way about it. They can't gaslight God. Okay? So, I tell women that are with the narcissists to, that already have had kids and have, you know, been in that situation to get away from it. Even if it's only 1 year of life you have left, get away from these people. Because first and foremost, you're afraid of being alone, but you've been alone the whole time. When you're in a relationship with a narcissist, you're all alone. You're in a relationship by yourself. This person is not there to better you. This person is not there to be accountable to you. A lot of times they're cheating on you. They're lying to you, watching porn, even exposing your children to porn, which is another form of abuse, sexual abuse, you know, with the negligence, you know. So it's a whole mess, okay? So these people don't need to be anybody's husband, anybody's father, anybody's mother, okay? They have a lot of work to do. But because of the fact that they have already believed the narrative, they will do anything to protect the narrative, that they're a good person, that is, you know, that there's someone that has no faults. So they always fault find. They're always pointing fingers at others. So they are always dodging accountability, okay? So your best bet is to get away from them. By any means, I don't care if you have 9 children. By any means necessary. Okay? Because it's better for you to be sleeping under a bridge or sleeping in your car and have peace, knowing that there's nobody, that you're not waking up each and every day with PTSD. Because that's what you're going to have if you're with these people. Okay? Always fearing that you're going to wake up and it's going to be another fight. You know? You go to bed with them with what seemed like, it seemed like it was peaceful. But you know, narcissists hate peace. Wake up in the morning, they're frowning. What's the matter today? You're having the silent treatment. You don't know what it is. So you're digging in your mind the whole day. So how are you functional? How are you functional at work? How are you functional with your business? You know? So you're wondering why your health is being torn down. Because instead of you focusing on healing, instead of you focusing on your the things that you need to be doing to better yourself, to have more money, to, you know, to be more proficient and be productive, you're worrying about what this what this person is thinking about you. You're worrying about you're even coming into the house, okay, from work after 8 hours, 10 hours of work. You are fearful they're gonna come back and meet somebody, you know, that is gonna give you hell. So it's gonna raise hell again. You know, so it's a very, very vicious and horrible cycle. Okay? And then of course your children are being destroyed. And they're turning your children against you each and every day. You know? It's a complete war zone, and there's no peace. So I tell women, get out by all means necessary. If you need one-on-one coaching, maybe you're in this relationship, and I say the first step is to go to the throne, seek help from God, from Christ, turn to Christ, because he's the author and finisher of our faith. He's the ultimate healer. He is the balm of Gilead. So he is the balm that will heal you. He's our medicine. So if you haven't found Christ already, turn to Christ. Seek him, seek his face. And then invite the person of the Holy Spirit in, and seek help. Okay, I offer one-on-one coaching, 30-minute, 1 hour. Now I have it in my website, nonyaadeyemo.com, first and last name together. I'm going to leave the link in the description. You can leave your comments. Your comments help me, they help other people as well. And they encourage me a lot. Even though I am healed to a certain point, but I'm still, I think this is going to be a lifetime work of healing. Okay, so it heals me even more, and it definitely heals others to see other people that they're not alone, because a lot of people in this narcissistic situations, they feel very alone. So I help women to escape from narcissistic abuse by understanding what it is that they are in, then also understanding the love of Christ, and the love of God, that God does not want them to be in that situation, and to let them understand that God they're not sinning, especially Christian women. They're not sinning by leaving or divorcing a narcissist, okay? They're actually sinning really by staying in that relationship because of the destruction that comes with that. So, so if you want one-on-one counseling, one-on-one advice or coaching, head to the link in my description. Okay, until next time, peace.